There's not a lot of things to say, but I couldn't find a way to inspire our team, and obviously I've got to find a trigger to get them up and moving a lot harder. I was very disappointed in our first half. I felt like the game was lost in the first half. Oklahoma State's a good team, and we can be. It's just finding the right triggers to get going, but there will probably be a change in our lineup. Not very happy with some of our play and our consistency, so we'll find kids that are ready to roll every night with a lot of energy, and that's kind of where we are. So, our turnovers were a little too high. We need to take care of the ball in key situations. We turn the ball over, and like I said on the radio, that's either lack of confidence or too much confidence. Either they're too confident that they can do anything, or lack of confidence that they're not sure what they're doing. So we've got to iron those things out. But being close isn't good enough. We need to knock these guys off.
You've talked about loving your team's effort all year, and we've seen it. But in those first 10, 12 minutes, something just seemed...
It was painful, wasn't it?
It just seemed totally different. I didn't know. Did you kind of sense that there might have been a lack of effort for the first time out there?
I would not have sensed it in the locker room or anything like that. I think that, obviously when you watch them get up and down the floor, it looks like they're all got a piano on their back. You know something's missing, and you got to fight through it. And I didn't see our kids fight through that. And we had talked prior to the game of the fact that, we do work hard, and that's a given right now. Last year getting our team to work hard every game and every day was a struggle. We don't have that struggle like we did last year, but now we've got to play, to be successful in the Big 12, you've got to play really well every night. I mean, it's not just playing hard, you've got to play well. And you've got to expect yourself to play well, and that's where we are, is we've got to get everybody on board. You can't have a couple kids doing that. And I think it's too bad, because I think Shaq had a good game. I felt like Alyssa was finding her groove back a little bit. I felt like Toy played really well defensively and did some really good things. I think Christine came in and gave us some really good moments, but we've got to have a lot of other people in sync, and I did not feel like we had that tonight.
When an opposing team has a player like Gabriel O'Reilly is able to go coast to coast or shoot from practically anywhere on the floor, how much pressure does that put on your defense, not just the player guarding her, but just the entire team?
Well, I think it puts a lot of pressure. She's a terrific player, and we knew she was going to get a lot of points. Obviously you want her to try to score twos more than threes. You don't want to give her too many times at the free throw line, because she does create some of those opportunities. And I think that, it probably puts more, when she hits a three, it puts more pressure probably on your offense. They got to come down and score, and in the first half we were just out of sync, and really being soft on our shots, and thought we were soft on the boards, and, that's not a team that we want playing like that. This team's better than that.
You mentioned Shaq, but also Christine. Just having the freshman and sophomore in those post positions, does that kind of give you a little more confidence going forward with that depth? Well,
yeah, those guys are just going to get better. I know that we're young, but we can't use that as an excuse, because we still play in the Big 12, and they don't really care, how young we are. It's a matter of we've got to, this was a game that we were capable of winning tonight. Whether they felt like they played bad or they played flat,